it going, everyone? Hey, Jax the Mister here, and I know it's been a hell of a long time since I did a boss impression video for Persona 5. There's no other way to put it. It's been a while. It's been some time. I believe it's been like almost a month, like 3 or so weeks, 3 to 4 weeks, give or take, since I did my Shido boss impression video. And we all knew there was a final boss after that, but man, oh man, I just had a really busy schedule since that last impression video, and it was already hard enough to fit in my usual reaction review videos in between that timetable. So I mean, like, even now I'm kind of like, you can kind of see a little bit, I'm a little dressed up for a particular occasion, but now I have time, and oh man, am I excited to just get into Persona and just get back into the groove of things with this. In case you guys can't already tell from the title of the video, this is going to be a part 1 impression. Now, those of you that have already played the game, you're probably wondering, why exactly are you doing a part 1 impression? You know, the real boss fight itself is only just one fight. It's not like Shido, where you fight Shido and he transforms once you deplete his health to like 1 or 0, and then he transforms and you have to fight him over and over again. Now, as you can see based on the video where I'm currently looking right now, the last boss of the game, at least from what I can assume, is the Holy Grail. This is the palace boss, so to speak, of mementos, of the entire, you know, Japanese society. And at first, going into the boss fight, I'm like, okay, this is the final fight. This is it. Like, once I beat this boss right here and now, it's game over. I'll probably make a new game plus save later on, and then it's a wrap. You know, Persona 5 is done with. But as you start seeing more and more of the fight progress, I start noticing, like, hey, this boss fight is really easy. I mean, not to say that he doesn't have heavy hit attacks, because there are numerous times in the boss fight where the Holy Grail just attacks one character and has them on the verge of death. It's almost next to impossible to dodge some of these attacks, but at least it focused just on one party member. So I'm thinking to myself that there has to be more to this guy, because yeah, his hits are really heavy, but it's just one party member at a time. I could easily heal that guy up and continue my offensive, you know, tactics with my other party members. And as you can see, I'm doing a lot of damage with characters like An, or hell, even my main character. So I'm just confused, like, there's no way this is the last boss fight. Or at least, maybe this is the first form, or it transforms and we'll get something else beyond this Holy Grail thing. And at first, you know, there are certain cutscenes where, like, Futaba will be like, hey, the Holy Grail is changing. And at first, I'm like, I don't see the change, okay? It is a slight color change that it's slowly turning into, like, an actual golden Holy Grail. But at first, I'm like, I don't see what's different right now. It changed color, but are you talking about like the little diamonds, like on the blue diamonds in the middle of the chalice? So again, I was confused at first as to what on earth they were saying was, you know, changing colors. And of course, every time Futaba, you know, warned you about the Holy Grail changing, it starts healing itself. So at first I'm like, what do I even do then? Because, you know, society is pumping the Holy Grail full of HP, and there's no strategy implementation from like a side character saying, hey, send me over here and I'll take care of whatever is hindering our progress with the boss. So I'm sitting there like, should I just guard the entire fight, or just keep on laying on the attacks and maybe something will happen? But hey, it was a pretty easy boss fight, or at least, let's call it this. It was a good boss introduction. And I know in these videos, I tend to at least give a very summarized, you know, amateurish synopsis on the boss that, you know, our characters are currently fighting. But I felt like explaining, you know, how the battle was to a certain degree kind of also helps explain exactly like what is going on in this fight, because as you can already see throughout this video, you know, the populace, the human populace does not want this, you know, ill content, this satisfactory content, working that 9-to-5 job, making sure they have that 6-figure salary, making sure they have a job Monday through Friday. It has all the stereotypes of how society works, and basically the populace, you know, the people you see in the background, are content with that. They really don't want the Phantom Thieves to get rid of their compliance, and I really like that. There's a lot of, you know, deeper meaning behind it, and I know I'm missing a lot of facts here and there. I know someone is gonna probably clarify a few things that I missed out on in the comments, but as per usual with these videos, I just like giving a first impression, just looking at it from an amateurish point of view. And I gotta say, it really hit hard, you know, seeing all these people that are almost like drones, like just going with the motion. They don't care in what direction they're heading. They don't care if it leads to their death. They just want to go by the societal norms. And it's almost sad in a way, because that's exactly how our society is. It's crazy. It's crazy. But then the boss battle progresses to eventually the Holy Grail turning completely golden. Like, it's just full on gold, shine bright like a diamond. That thing is in your face gold. And at that point, I thought maybe it might start doing these crazy attacks, or it might transform, maybe absorbing the entire, you know, populace that was in that room. But at the same time, I'm like, well, even if it does that, I mean, it's still gonna continuously be healed, and our heroes don't even know what to do to fight this guy. So story-wise, I didn't see a point in progressing the boss battle, because it's like, what are you guys gonna do? It's just gonna continuously heal himself thousands of times over with its HP, because I saw those numbers. That was like in the 900s to 1,000, and I'm like, bro, there's nothing we could do against this guy. We need to retreat, come back later, or something, because what we're doing right now is not working. And then we progress to this extremely emotional scene where essentially Mementos, the metaverse, and you know, the real world start meshing together. They start combining, and this is where your teammates start disappearing, and oh my lord, the feels. This is why I separated this into 2 separate videos, because I feel like I need to talk about a lot of this, because right here, for all you know, your friends are dying. They're completely getting, you know, erased, disappear, everything, like the whole 9 yards, and you're no exception. You as the main character, even though you're that special boy being able to wield multiple personas, you just realize like, hey, I'm about to be erased along with my best friends. And at first I thought maybe someone will come in and save them. Maybe Akechi-kun will come in and save us, which, by the way, if you're watching this video, you already had red flags for spoilers, because this is the end of the game, so I'm going to be talking about Akechi. So yeah, I thought maybe there might be that shonen cliche, and like right here, Ryuji just died, and oh my god, and Yusuke. But yeah, I thought maybe there might be that shonen cliche where even though it seemed like Akechi died, you know, we didn't see a body. So for all I know, Akechi is still alive, and I thought he was gonna come in and save us and do something, but no, your whole team perishes, seemingly at first. And right here, I'm trying to decide what exactly should I tell Morgana, because I'm tearing up at this point. I'm tearing up in the game, because I'm like, bro, did we lose? Like, I know story-wise, the game's not gonna have the main heroes lose, but I'm sitting there like, oh my god, like how do we get out of this? The metaverse and the real world combining together, and the fact that the Phantom Thieves want to be forgotten, or no, the populace wants to forget about the Phantom Thieves, is forcing them to be erased from their cognition. And oh man, so many emotions, and I just loved this scene. It was impactful, it was emotional, it did its job. Let's just go with that. And then at this point, another revelation, just back to back to back. You find out that Igor, at this point, wants to execute you, so to speak, because basically you failed your rehabilitation, and he says the 2 lollies, yo, take out this guy. But I love how you just bounce back into this fight. You transform from your prison robes into, you know, your Phantom Thief attire. And this boss fight is, you know, you're supposed to lose. You can't even move during this fight. And I was like, okay, I mean, I guess I'll just watch it and see what exactly is going on. But at the same time, it kind of gave me some insight, like, hey, is this maybe what the secret boss is going to be like later on in the New Game Plus mode? Because I know the two lollies are the secret boss, but I don't know if they turn into anything. I don't know if they have their own personas, or I don't know if they transform into some monster. I just know that it's them. I know that you fight them in New Game Plus as the secret boss. And seeing these attacks, I'm wondering, like, are these the type of things that they're going to use on me? Because they are hella deadly. I'm not going to lie. These girls were insanely powerful. But once the battle is over, the two lollies basically realize, like, hey, we were actually one person, which if you finish the Confidant quest with them, it kind of hinted towards, you know, them being someone else or them having previous memories. It was kind of weird again, but now seeing this revelation here, that whole thing made sense, where it's like, oh, okay, now I understand who you guys were. And so now they fuse together to form the ultimate lolly. No, but essentially they were previously one person instead of two sisters split in half. And who's the culprit behind splitting these two characters into two separate entities? And that, of course, my friends, was Igor. Oh, Lord. Igor betrays you. And I somewhat had a feeling in the back of my mind, like, there's something off about Igor, but I would always, like, rationalize it by saying, this guy is a neutral god, okay? He's not on your side, but he's not doing anything to, you know, hinder you. He's not, like, standing in your way saying, hey, you're not gonna get past me because I don't want you to succeed or whatever. So I thought, like, hey, he's a neutral god. He doesn't care if you succeed, and he doesn't care if you fail. But at this point, you realize, dude, this Igor, oh my lord, huge revelation with Igor, and there's a lot of interpretations as to what Igor exactly represents. Even in the story, it kind of is a little bit vague. He's referred to as the god of control, but at the same time, even he is somewhat vague about that. He's like, oh, you can call me that, you can call me this. So I'm sure once we get to the final boss fight, the real final boss fight, we'll actually get more with him and see exactly what he is. But now, since the fake Igor basically ran away and he's causing havoc in the real world, metaverse, whatever, the real Igor comes back and he has a voice change. I'm not gonna lie, the first voice was hella badass. It was a very deep and, you know, foreboding type of voice. But then when the real Igor came out, I'm like, okay, this new voice change, it fits. It fits for what I initially thought he was going to sound like. And even though I don't have this segment recorded, I do want to just touch on this last bit. All your teammates did not die. They are in prison cells similar to you, scattered throughout the Velvet Room. And it was just really nice to meet them one-on-one and reignite the flames of rebellion inside them, because they're in a slump. They think they lost. They think the Phantom Thieves are no more. Society doesn't want them. And they're just overall depressed and thinking that they lost the good fight. But it's your job to go to each of them one by one and say, guys, it's not over yet. Remember remember the feelings that you initially had when you would join the Phantom Thieves. You would not give up if you had those feelings again. And it was just beautiful. I loved each character's moment. And yeah, I love this entire first segment. So yeah, you guys understand why I split this video into two parts, because if I did it, I mean, we were gonna be here for quite some time talking about the actual boss fight afterwards. So I felt like I wanted to at least talk about this particular moment, because even though it wasn't a real boss fight, it at least shed a whole lot of light on characters, huge plot twists, and the overall motivations for the main villain of the story. So I really liked it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What did you think of it? Did you like these plot twists and these revelations with the Velvet Room and you know, the lolly characters and Igor? Because oh my god, just wrapping my head around it is really crazy, to say the least. And the time that I recorded this gameplay was like a while ago, so again, I'm kind of a little bit touchy on certain topics in terms of me remembering them. So again, just don't get mad, okay? I just really can't remember some of the fine minor details when I initially played the game. But once again, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Leave a thumbs up down below if you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to stay beautiful. I'm Ajax the Mister, and as always, folks, thanks for watching and have a great day.